Hey, everybody, welcome to today's episode. So this is not a trick question, but who pays closing costs? Well, essentially the buyer does. There's a few different kind of ways around this, but in a standard transaction, on closing day, a buyer brings the balance of their down payment, whatever that down payment amount is, and then they pay closing costs. Here's what happens, I would say 90% of the time, and here's the reason why I'm bringing it up. I've mentioned this before, but it does come up kind of over and over again. So it's something that I think bears repeating. If you're looking to finance closing costs, because no buyer ever said, I want to pay closing costs like ever, it just doesn't happen. It has to be done at the time of the offer. You're essentially going to Mr. Seller and going, hey, I'm going to offer you X. I'm going to bump the sales price 1.5%, 2%, and those monies are going to be applied as a credit towards my closing costs. There's a bunch of legalese around that. That contract is now brought to the bank or the lender, and we go, okay, great. We're now going to take this amount of money, and that's going to be used to essentially allow you to finance closing costs, which at the end of the day, all that really means is the buyer is only responsible to bring to the table check for the amount of their down payment and not closing costs. That is essentially, guys, what every buyer wants to do. If they try and do it after the fact and say, hey, I want to finance closing costs, now you need to run back to the seller and go, hey, Mr. Seller, we're going to bump the sales price. Hopefully the appraisal hasn't been done. They have to agree to do it. So you can kind of see how that creates a lot of angst. And when most buyers just want to do it that way, you need to back it up all the way to the beginning of the transaction at the time of the offer so everything goes smooth. It's something that's been around a long, long time. It just very often is kind of a stick in the mud that comes up after the fact, and we're trying to fix it. Sometimes you can, and sometimes the seller just doesn't agree to do it. So I just wanted to bring that up. It is a very important kind of fun fact, and something that whether that's you, now you know, or someone that you know that's looking, really important that they know that it will save them a lot of angst in their deals. So as always, the team is here to help. Please pass along, and we'll talk to you soon.